certainly be wrong to suggest that the actual process or systems that family offices use are less rigorous than the institutions. It's true that they sometimes take a lot less time, but by and large we're looking for the same sorts of things. We're looking for track record, we're looking for a stable team, and we're looking for some sort of proven ability to outperform over time. It's interesting, I've worked for big institutional investors like sovereign wealth funds as well as a family office. I think the two things that people should be aware of is that firstly I think personal relationships are perhaps that little bit more important within a family office environment. So that, for example, an introduction or a referral from another family office carries a great deal of weight. And the other thing is that decision making can be much quicker than within an institution. I think family offices can do things much more quickly because we don't have the same sort of cumbersome multi-committee process that a big institution like a pension fund has. I think we tend to be that little bit more open in our thinking. You find family offices, for example, quite often will invest in a wider range of assets, a broader range of things than the big institutions, and you'll also find them, I believe, increasingly doing a lot of direct investing, and often that can mean co-investing alongside a fund manager. So I think there's this general tradition that family offices have this slightly warm, fuzzy, cosy feel to them, and I think that's broadly justified. Do you know, that's a fantastic question, because a few years ago I did a consultancy project for the Nordic Council of Ministers, and was widely reported in the Scandinavian newspapers as having said exactly that, and I thought at the time it was true. But hopefully there is something of a renaissance going on. I certainly see renewed interest in early stage funding, and indeed we do quite a lot of it here in this office. No, I think the big area where there's not enough funding going in is clearly the pharma side of life science, in other words, drug discovery. But the problem with that is the economics have just really got away from the world of private equity. The amounts of money involved now are so huge that it's really only the big pharma companies that can afford that sort of thing. One thing you do find with family offices is that they tend to favour the sector where the family has made their money, which is natural. So, for example, if the family's made its money in shipping or shipbuilding, then that is a favoured area for them. And something I think which will develop as a trend is family offices coming together to pool that expertise and to co-invest together as syndicates.